Hey, what's up, guys? This is King of the Hill.
Hey guys, the name's Trevor Squires 123-789 or Sapa1237, and I am your King of the Hill commentator today. And I got a good one for you guys. This is ThePrimeone9 versus KirPikaTendo, or Kir, or Kier, or Pika. One of those names. I'll probably be referring to all of them throughout the game because that's really just too long. Anyway, so you see you got ThePrimeone9. I believe he's the challenger in this situation versus KirPikaTendo. I'm not exactly sure because I don't update the forums. That's the managers, and I don't really keep too tied to these history matches. But we do see that KirPikaTendo here is going farms. It's very interesting. He's got a very interesting attack placement right there. I haven't really played in a while, so I say this is interesting. This is interesting to me. You guys might have seen it before. We see ThePrimeone9 going with the typical attack bomb, which I hear is a lot stronger since the Ring of Fire got buffed and the boomers got nerfed. But you see there, Kir going very, very low on the lives. That may come into play later in the game because it's just so hard to get a mortar down and decent mortar protection, seeing as the early little bend isn't quite enough to get everything. Also, you got those regen ceramics on 15 that, just one insta regrow and it can really do you in. You see a small little pink rush here from Kir. Pretty nicely handled by Prime. But one thing you will not see in this game is the defense that the Prime has up now is typical for attack bomb. It's just, it can be exploited if you layer blues onto pinks, but you can't do that when you're farming because it would hurt your farm economy. Nothing much to think of there. So we see the same defense actually. Kir goes with the 2-0 farm instead of 2 1-0s. Normally I'd say, you know what, it doesn't really matter. Usually I like to go for 1-0 farms because I can sell those without destroying my entire economy if like a massive crazy weird rush comes. But for 1, he's on round 5, you're not going to get massive crazy weird rushes. 2, there's not really much space on yingyang for massive farms. And here we go, Ring of Fire before round 6. That's probably the earliest I've seen it. Most people try to get it for round 6, not before round 6. I think he could have got a farm in one more time. I don't know. It's been so long since I played. He's going to test the Prime here with some pinks, some blacks. Looks pretty simple for Prime. He can't, again, that defense is weak to exploitation or whatever, but he can't spend too much money because he's got to farm. Also, he's anti-stalling, which is great in his position because when he has farms too, he has the better defense. So the Prime will really be in for it in this game. Round 8 coming up. We're going to see if Prime can go for a Ring of Fire as well, but we see it would be in a little bit different position than Kir's got here. And I'm not sure which is better because Primes can attack twice, but then again, Yin Yang is such a long map that those regrows are pretty deadly. And we see Prime initially not being able to afford it, but see, there you go, there's the regions I was talking about. It can't quite get everything on the first go around, but it looks like it's going to get it on the second. Something to look out for. Just, a little bit stronger balloons and you're perfectly exploitable, because all he has to do is send like some regrow leads and that would get through Prime's defense probably. I don't know, the slow speed might actually enable him to defend it. I definitely know zebras, rainbows, anything like that will get through. So we're gonna see what Prime puts up next if he wants to stay ahead, because he's actually down 5 lives. He's up 5, only 5 lives. So round 10 we see nothing built from Prime. Prime's starting to talk about lag. It's unfortunate that we have lag in this game, but you really can't do nothing about it. We're not going to tell you can't play, but we're not going to help you if you do have a lot of likes. Lag. Why did I say likes? Anyway, so round 11, I think Kir could exploit him just a little bit, but again, it would require him to spend some money and lose some farm economy. Prime's actually got either a whole crapload of eco or a lot of money saved up, because normally you can get 2 rings of fire by 13. And he'll probably need it to defend a Rainbow Rush. On the other hand, we see Kir not getting anything. There he goes, starting to put attack sprayer down. I would expect him to go like massive defense. Like, he has all the money. He's doing really good with his anti-farm, or anti-saw, and his farm economy. So you would think he wouldn't be so stingy, but he is, and he's doing a pretty good job because he's got an equivalent of 8-0-1-0 farms. And there we go again. You see the trouble that I was talking about earlier, how you cannot fit that many farms on here, so it's probably better to go with the two zeros. Round 15 coming up. Prime's definitely going to have to defend for this adequately, because regen ceramics are so deadly on this map. Kir, on the other hand, has all his attacks locked in one place, so if they get through, it doesn't matter. They're going to regen like once before the exit. Now you see Prime going, or no, you see Kir going with a small little attack there, and it's just enough to break the layer, at least on our screen. Or not enough to break. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Holy cow. Either he got to regrowed, or, yeah, lag spikes. That sucks. Sorry, Prime, but you know what? Let's see if Kir can take advantage of it. Oh, and a camo pink exploit here. I don't think that's going to do anything, to be honest, because they'll get him on the second round. But no, Prime is apparently worried about it. He's thinking that the lag is going to get to him. So he gets it up really fast. He's going to have to get 2 maulers and all that good mess. Plus, he's already got double mortar on 16. So I'm pretty sure he's good for camos. And we go back over here to Kir's side. Pretty standard. It's obviously a little weak, but he's got so many farms that it's perfectly fine. Okay, you see him get a mauler there. Now this is where I think that Prime could take advantage of him, because now he has those 2, or what will be 2 maulers right there, which is enough to damage some ceramics, but I don't think it's enough to like completely take them out. I think it'll be enough to take off the first layer. So if Prime were to send some spaced ceramics, they might actually, you know, duplicate or regen 2 or 3 times before they get to the defense on the other side of the board. And all it takes is 1 or 2 ceramics just to make him buy or sell a farm. And here we go. He actually sold a farm for an attack on Prime. Here we see a Moab, just a single Moab. I'm not sure why he's using the Moab. Prime quickly gets a mauler up, a third mauler up, and now he's sending some other ceramics. I don't think that's going to do much. Okay, here's a Maelstrom by Prime. I don't know why he sold that farm for that. It just seems irrelevant. Oh my goodness, Prime with your lag. Holy cow. Wow. I don't know why he chose to use Maelstrom if he was lagging, but we see completely no lives lost defense right there from Prime, and just the lag being too much, especially with the Maelstrom. We didn't see any slow-mo in that game too much, so I wonder why that is. But anyway, first game goes KirPikaTendo. He is now up 1-0. We'll get into the second game where Prime has our choice. Alright, so here we are in game 2. Prime has chosen the map cards. Very interesting. Obviously, he likes to either play against farm or use farms. I personally love the short maps. I think it's ridiculous that anybody tries to go for no lives lost. I think that's the lamest way to win. If you're trying to win on a no lives lost map, I know it's a good strategy, but I just think it's so boring. Like, who wants to watch that? Who wants to play through that? You're supposed to play for fun, not for the prize or the winner. Whatever, though. So we see the same basic defense here. Not really too spectacular. This is the only time, however, that I think we'll see Boomer Bomb starts. Just because on these short maps, if you don't use farms, then you can't really afford the boomers and the bombs, really. Even on the long maps, it's really hard to get a massive economy up like you can with Ring of Fire, which probably needs to be nerfed a little bit. But the Prime is actually not getting anything else. KirPikaTendo is not sending anything. Quickly getting to that 0-3 boomer, so he actually saved a little bit of money, and he's ahead in lives, ironically. So yeah, that's good for Prime. Now, they discuss the lag on both ends. which is unfortunate, but I hear these games are pretty good. Both of them really enjoyed the series, so it should not have been a huge factor. We see Prime saving a little bit of money there by only getting the 1-3 boomer. Obviously not going to be much in the long run, but he does get the farm up a little bit faster. Actually, a lot faster. Kir hasn't even got his second farm yet. I don't know what he's waiting on. He should be able to afford it by now, right? Maybe he's just trying to get a 2-0. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes, 2-0. And that's about average time for 2-0, which is better in his position because it actually earns 1 more banana per round, but it costs 100 more. But since he got it right at the beginning of the round, he's actually going to earn more this round than the Prime. But he's not going to earn 100 more, so only 30 because it's 1 banana more. But Prime probably got an extra banana that last round, so you know it's tied. No point in analyzing the minor aspects of the game. So while I got you guys here, we have can talk about the update a little bit. We have now recently changed the beginning map. You saw the first one was yingyang. We've now changed that to ice flow, so you all need to be practicing your ice flow strats. Another thing, I know there's a video about this, but I just want to reiterate it for those of you who haven't seen it. The battle score is now 2,000. 2,000 to get into King of the Hill. We changed it to 4,000 and said, nah, let's change it back to 2,000. So I think that was it. There might have been one more. Oh yeah, well, it's probably too late for you guys, but until the 7th or the 6th, I believe, you can challenge anyone up to twice as many ranks ahead of you. So if you could challenge 10 ranks before, you can challenge 10 or 20 now until like January 7th or the first week of the new year. So which is like Sunday. This is Friday. That sucks. And you also get twice as many badges for defending. So guys, if you get a challenge, accept it. You can get twice as many badges. And so here goes a small, wow, okay, never mind, a massive regrow yellow rush by Prime, and it is working. Like, this is Kir's screen. Wow, okay, maybe it didn't work too much. Okay, alright, I see. I totally like that attack by Prime. Okay, Kir has his defenses split. You can either get a 3-0 cannon, which is perfectly fine, or you can get a 3-0 ricochet. Both of them will help defend round 8. But since Kir split them, got a 0-0 bomb and a 2-0 glaive ricochet, glaive thrower. The regrow yellows were just too much, and a lot of you might think that, oh, Prime wasted a whole bunch of money there, but he did get a little bit of economy from that. That was a good long steady stream. He probably got, like, I would say anywhere from 50 to 75 economy from that. Plus he put Kir down 70 lives, not 70 from the initial attack, but 70 lives, which is, just as you can see in the chat there, he wasn't expecting him to die. He was just trying to weaken his lives. And here we go. Prime is a little slow on his mortar, but I think it's perfectly fine. He takes that no lives lost, assuming that lag isn't a factor. Kir's actually ahead in the farm economy, but he's a little bit slower in the defense. So it's probably about even. We might see a round 13 rush, but I don't think so, because apparently the minimum defense for a Rainbow Rush on cards has gotten significantly lower than when I played. Most of the time we had to have like 2 glaive ricochets, and see the defense that Kir has right now. For Prime, apparently you don't need that second ricochet. You can get a cluster bomb, which I think is a little bit cheaper, and it actually helps you for ceramics more. So that's actually pretty good. I don't know why Kir sold his bomb tower. If he got it, it didn't really help him when he got it, and he sold it like a round later. I don't know what he was thinking with that one. Prime is actually spending least amount of money because Kir is not rushing him. All he's got to do is send like a mini rush, and then Prime is forced to upgrade if he spazzes out. If he doesn't, if he plays it really nicely, then Kir would waste his money. But again, not going to analyze the minor aspects. You see Prime is slightly ahead here with the farm economy, and he does have the higher regular economy with that rush, also ahead in life, so it looks pretty good for Prime going down into the end of this game. You see a weird, holy cow, we saw a whole ceramic leak. Wow. Talk about that insta regrow. But anyway, like I was saying, if you look on Ker's screen, the mortar is actually positioned or aimed a little bit lower or a little bit farther back than Prime's is. So I'm thinking like a regen camo ceramic would actually probably do some damage, just because it wouldn't get decamoed until it got about midways past the second boomer, or the first boomer. Which, you know, might actually force him to move his mortar if he does. I don't know why he moved it, or I don't know why it's placed there to begin with. Anyway, Prime up 5 farms to 4. Pretty solid on the defense. He's got a little bit less defense than Kir, but I mean, who's counting? So let's see, round 18. Are we gonna get any rushes on round 18? I don't think so. Neither player has a balloon impact, but with those 2 ricochets, it's kind of hard to, not ricochets, 2 bio boomers. It's kind of hard to not handle ceramics. Oh, we see a Moab coming out from Kir here. Apparently he's, you know, learning from his past game that, hey, okay, this might work. If he's lagging, I totally got him here. But Prime excellently responds by getting the balloon impact. I think that's going to be enough unless he lags. We can see him defending it nicely. The farms are even, actually. But Kir is down a balloon impact. So that's in Prime's favor. All he's got to do is last this out and defend pretty much anything. 3 farms isn't a major rush, I wouldn't say. And anything that, if Kir were to attack, if I were Prime, I would do a counter rush. You know, because he obviously has less defense than you, so anything that he sends at you, you can send right back. You got the same amount of economy, and Prime actually has a little bit higher. Okay, here it goes. Here goes a mass. Nah, I wouldn't say a massive. It's a little teeny tiny Moab rush. It's 3-4 of them, but with only 2 maulers, this might actually be a problem. You see Prime getting his 2-4 mortar, which is actually a really good ability. It's just 9,000, so if you can afford it, then it's good. Probably the better buy for Prime, because there was a camo exploit coming in with that. So the 2-4 mortar also eliminates any camo exploit possible. So this game looks like it's going to go to Prime. There we go. You see a small Moab rush. Not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Tries to go for the turbocharge, but I don't think it's gonna survive. So it actually did break all of the Moab outside layer. That might be interesting for future games. But other than that, it was a good play by both players. It was just the failed attack or the failed mini attack by Kir there. Prime responded excellently. So, I guess that's, you know, something you learn something every day. If you're gonna send a minor attack, you're probably gonna be out a little bit of money there, just because the attack is meant to make them spaz out and mess up. But if they don't mess up, you know, the game is in their favor. It's like on chess, if you go for an early mate and they respond excellently, then you end up like Kir did there. So enough of my chess analogies, let's go into the third game. Here we are, game 3, and in one of the newer maps. I actually love this map. I think it looks so cool. I have no idea how to play it, but I think it looks so cool that I need to learn how to play it. I just don't play battles that much anymore. So I believe it's called mondrian, or mondrian. I know how it looks. I know how it's written. I just don't know how to say it. So anyway, this is actually going to be a great learning experience for me, because I don't know these strategies. So we see Kir going with a 2-0 bomb tower. I love those 2-0 bomb towers, so I'm probably a little biased towards him. Prime going with same defense he had at Yingyang. You get the attack plus bomb. Must be pretty good on this map too. I guess it's good everywhere, now that I think about it. Let's see. A little laggy for me on my end. I don't know why that is. So anyway, let's see. Okay, Kerr going with the cluster bomb. Alright. I can see how that'd be successful because you can... I suppose that the pinks will go around that bottom square, and the cluster bomb can hit everything in that bottom square with one attack. So I can see how that would be a good strategy. I like that. Alright. And Prime going with the yin-yang strat, looks like to me, going with those attacks there. A ninja by Kerr. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. You know, the bomb tower completely whiffed, completely whiffing 3 times in a row there. There it goes. Wow. That bomb tower whiffed too many times. Maybe that wasn't such a good strategy. I'm not sure what this ninja's for. I guess it's for blacks, but it looks to be a little far back if it's going to attack some blacks. Wow, Prime going with a farm here on round 4. Holy cow, that's interesting. I'd like to say I never saw that before, but I never saw either of these strategies before, so this is going to be a great game. Let's see, round 5. I don't know if there's any anti-stalling going on. It's about the same time. The only time I ever bothered to look at the time on the game is when I'm playing Hydra. So I kind of have a good feeling about where round 5 should end. Usually I try to get it to end at 2:18 when I stall, but obviously you're not going to do much stalling on this map, seeing this is kind of short. But, you know, it's 2:12 right now. I'm pretty sure the round 6 might start at 2:18. Wow, that's okay. Good job, Trevor. You timed that really nice. 2:18 right here. No, 2:19. Wow, you guys are good. So anyway, round 6, Prime's got 2 1-0 farms, which is the better, in my opinion. But he's got those 2 tack sprayers, and now he can be exploited. You remember he couldn't be exploited in the first game because Kurt was focused on his farm economy. But now he has economy to worry about, so he can do a little mix matching, and do some nice layering. One thing that he might want to try to do is layer some blacks with some blues, because if a lot of you don't know this, but blacks are actually faster than blues. So if you send a whole bunch of blues and then some blacks after it, they will layer out. And there goes Prime with his Ring of Fire on round 7. A really weird round to get a Ring of Fire, but it's obviously working for him. And I mean, it looks pretty good. Solid map. I mean, solid placement. A small rush by Kerr here. I don't think that's going to do anything. Oh, okay, Prime. Have no idea what you're doing. Alright. Way to look like a genius for the viewers. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Let me analyze this. He's got the Ring of Fire there. He can't do... You know, you can't get yellows past that. You can't get blacks. You can't get whites past it. What do? I guess you just go for economy at this point, because that's a really good spot. Prime, let's see if he goes for his mortar, because he will have to get something for regrow leads. I'm 99% sure of it. He also has the tack sprayer, which I think is a little odd placement for the tack sprayer. I would put it on the top right of the what's that thing called? Ring of Fire. I would put it on the opposite side of the Ring of Fire, because when the ceramics come, you are going to want the tack sprayer to hit the ceramics first. And both players going mortar. I haven't played this map a lot, but I know that mortar is only placed on a 270 or 90 degree bend right there. So I don't know if a mortar is the best thing for this game. Prime, that double mortar is so successful for him. He's not actually testing KirPikaTendo here. He's got a tack, a ninja, a cluster bomb, and a mortar. Like, honestly, you got to try to exploit him, man. I know you're not too I know you're not too pumped about your own strategy, but you got to at least put some pressure on him. I don't know. He has the tack sprayer highlighted, so he might be ready to upgrade it to a Ring of Fire, which I'm gonna look like an idiot if he. Okay, well, all right, there we go. So never mind. Don't pressure him. Now right here, where's that mortar aimed? Oh, it's aimed at the bottom. I wonder if you can get camo ceramics past it. Would camo ceramics work? Someone please in the comments tell me if camo ceramics would work right here against KirPikaTendo. I know you got the ninja there, but let's be honest, ninjas suck in battles. They're pretty good in BMC, but they suck in battles. So wave 15 here, no rushes from either player, which is very, very surprising. He's got the ninja highlighted. Do you think he's going to upgrade it to Bloons Jitsu? There's small rush by KirPikaTendo here. Not going to do much on those 2 rings of fire. Yeah, so you completely smothered. And he keeps going back to highlight the ninja. I really hope he gets a Bloons Jitsu because that would be so cool to watch. Anyway, round 16. Prime's only got 3 farms there. I think Kir has the upper hand right here because he's going economy, and he isn't. Oh my goodness, he got a Bloons Jitsu. Holy cow. I don't think Bloons Jitsus are any good on this game, but his mondrian strat's better than mine is right now, so. Round 16, about to be round 17 here. I think that Kir's is just too spaced out. Like, you got too many towers that don't work well together. You know, you got one of everything just about. I don't know. I'm iffy about it. Prime's got his 2 maulers up, but the end is coming for him because around 20 is about all he's going to get to with those farms. He's going to have to end it on 20 if he wants to win. 3 farms just isn't going to cut it. Personally, I would do some type of exploit, but I don't know. With the Bloons Jitsu there, I don't think you can get camo ceramics by. I don't know, you might. It's just when they come back around to the exit, the ninja will probably be able to take him out, and I don't know if he's bought distraction yet, but if he has that, then it would probably distract them. So if you're Prime, what would you do right here? Personally, I'm only talking for Prime because I think he's out of it. I don't think this is going to be very well for him. And Kir apparently knows what he's doing, so. Let's see, if you're Prime right now, I would send just an all-out BFB plus Moab Rush right here. Because I don't think he has enough fighting power. No balloon impact there. I just don't think he could defend against a regen BFB. Oh no. He's got a 2-3 ninja. He's probably going to get it to 2-4 if Prime ever rushes him. And you know what? That's solid. I'm not sure how that would fare, but that's a really good idea. You see completely being destroyed. On the other end, Prime has got to act now. His economy is crap. He's not getting much money here. He's going double mortar at this point. You really got to act now, Prime. I don't think he knows what to do, so I think he's a little worried about attacking. I think if you do something, it's got to be right now. You cannot wait. You actually see some camos leak on both sides. And Prime is continually waiting. Don't know why. Because on round 23, okay, here we go. We got a BFB here. And wow, he didn't sell any farms for that. I cannot believe that he did not have to sell a single farm for his BFB rush. He's probably waiting on, wow, how many BFBs are there? At least 2. Alright, so now he's selling his farms. Do you think that he's going to send another rush in after he thinks the balloon sabotage is over? I don't know. Kir doesn't look like he's handling that too well. The ceramics are getting through. Everything's burning, but it's not destroying it all. And that is game, folks. Holy cow. Prime with the unexpected BFB rush. I did not think that that would work against the ninja sabotage with the 2-4 ability. Ring of Fire, Bloons Jitsu, even the cluster bomb, and everything was burned. I guess everything just reached its pop count too fast. And he just didn't have enough popping power to get it all down because, let me tell you, once that you get 4 Moabs with 4 ceramics each, that's too many for you to, no, 8 Moabs with 4 ceramics each, all regen, and you figure, like, if they all regen at least once, you got 64 ceramics right there. So that's obviously too much for the Maulers, too much for the Ring of Fire, and too much for the Bloons Jitsu to handle at one point. So that is why Prime is our winner of Game 3. So now what's the score? 2-1? Yeah, I think it's 2-1. So let's get into Game 4 and see if Kir can force a Game 5. Woo! Here we go. Game 4 here. Let's see. I don't even know what map this is. Is this swamp? I've heard that's the name of one of the new maps. I think it's called Swamp. Oh no, they're talking about slow-mo. I don't want any slow-mo. So anyway, similar strategies here, starting out with bomb towers. Kerr going with a farm. Wow, that's interesting. This looks like a long map. I figure it would be like a no lives lost map. But apparently he thinks that he can get Prime to lose some lives. Or not lose some lives, but actually die. And you see Prime going there with the economy. But Kerr is not actually going to no lives lost it, but yeah. And he's surprised that Prime doesn't go farms. This can't be a really, really nice map for farms, can it? Like, look at that. It's so many spirals. You know, a cluster bomb, balloon impact. That's the kind of stuff this map. I mean, those are the kind of things that this map wrecks, or those towers wreck. This is the kind of map that those towers would wreck. That's the phrase. See, 2 cluster bombs. Look at that cluster bomb range. It's getting everything. I don't think pinks could even touch it. I don't know why this is a farm match. We'll have to see later. So let's see. Round 4. In lives, nothing really to be too worried about. You got your economy versus farm. That's typical in King of the Hill, because one of the things that I used to hate the most was to go against my own strategy. So not only because everything that I do, I have to pick out my own flaws. Most of the time, whenever someone uses your same strategy, you have to go for find what they did wrong or what they did differently than you and just attack that. Like, if someone was ice shredding me when it still worked, I used to hate that, because anything that I did, they could do right back to me, and there was hardly anything I could do about it. So that's why you see a lot of farm versus no farms. But then again, you can't really predict what the other player is going to do. So a lot of players go with some weird variations just to get the matchup they want. So Prime here going with the Tack Sprayer. I think that should touch all blacks at least once. Kerr looks like he's going to test it here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to touch the blacks at least once. If not on the first bend, on the second one. You see here they're coming around the second time, and yeah, completely dead. But that bomb tower, that bomb tower whiff actually leaked a balloon, at least on our side. We don't know what happens on his side. He lags, that's what happens on his side. So Kerr over here, going with those ninjas. I cannot believe that he has used ninjas in 2 King of the Hill games. I don't know if they've changed ninjas recently, or if Kerr has just got a load of balls or something. I don't know what he's doing. But they didn't work for him last game. Let's see if he can get a little better usage out of him this game. He's got 2 2-0 farms. I think that's going to be all he can fit. He might be able to fit one more right there where the bend levels off. Regen blacks, don't think that's going to do much here. You can see even the layering didn't work too well because the tack shooters are so close to the entrance. So round 9, 2 2-1 ninjas, a cluster bomb, and 2 2-0 farms. Looks like he's trying to put another farm down. Okay, so maybe I was wrong. He can fit 3. And like I said, the cluster bombs look to be handling everything nicely. I don't know why this is a farm map. We will have to see what Kerr has in store. Let's see if... Oh, Prime not getting good economy, but he's also not getting a mortar up, so there's regen leads, which, you know, called it, regen leads right there, right on cue. Don't look like they're going to be enough, but they are enough to scare Prime into getting that mortar up. Apparently, Prime's economy is pretty bad. I would say that Kerr's is actually pretty bad for a farming map. He's only got 3 2-0 farms. Most people can get 4 up. Or at least 7 equivalent 1-0 farms, and this isn't quite that. So you're looking at a little bit low economy for each player. And Prime probably doesn't realize it, but he anti-stalled this to the max. So did Kerr, but he anti-stalled it. So that's why your economy is a little bit lower. Round 13, I cannot see Prime's defense handling a Rainbow Rush, but I don't know. I don't get that. He says no one's testing it, and he didn't test it in the first game or the third game. One of the two, I can't remember. Apparently, Rainbow Region Rush defenses got a little bit weaker. So 14, we see Kerr getting a Bloon Jitsu. I cannot believe he got a Bloon Jitsu on round 14. And there goes a mini Rainbow Rush. Completely decimated. I don't know what I'm thinking. I look like an idiot. But yeah, it was just annihilated. Prime, you scared me there. You didn't even touch him. And there goes a 4th farm from Kerr. Personally, I think that Prime could go for a massive Rainbow Region Rush. And it would eventually overrun his Bloon Jitsu to where the Bloon Jitsu could not pop all the zebras. Yeah, see, he's even questioning it. I think he should attack it. I honestly think he should attack it. But again, he's not using farm, so he doesn't have that expendable cash to sell and jump on it. He thinks it can handle a Rainbow Region Rush. You know? Alright, round 16. Time to get into the nitty gritty. Prime here already hates his current strat, so he's thinking of future ones to use against other people. He always gets his maulers particularly early. See, he's already got his 2 on round 17. Personally, with his defense, I would only get 1 because those tax sprayers could do a little bit of decent damage, and it would save him. Plus, it would bait Kerr into attacking him with a Moab, thus lowering his economy, making him sell a farm, maybe. And I think he could handle it. I think he also needs to get his 3-0 bomb to 4-2 at some point, because that's his main attack. You could argue that his Ring of Fire is the main attack, but I think the bomb is going to prove to be most successful. So here we go. I'm thinking Prime might get a few more tax sprayers there. I don't know. He could replace that top tax sprayer with a blade shooter. That way he could easily upgrade it into Maelstrom if he needed to. Because we know Kerr here is about to go rush him. And honestly, you can exploit that mortar. If that's what you're thinking. Prime normally gets 2 mortars up. So maybe that could be something Kerr could attack. It is getting to be around 20. You see he sells his tax sprayer. Oh my goodness, Prime has a ninja. Oh my goodness, Prime has a ninja. What has the world come to where we have 2 people using ninjas against each other in a King of the Hill nobleman match? Oh my goodness. Alright, so here we go. We see a rush from Kerr. 1 BFB, 2 Moabs. I don't know if they were regen or not. But wow. Being handled nicely. I don't know if the BFB is going to do anything. To be honest, I can't see it being a whole lot of damage since it handled the Moab so well. Plus they're slowed. So this might be game here. It is 3-1, right? It is 2-1, right? First one to 3. So that, okay, alright, well they're leaking a little bit, but I think the balloon impact that is not doing anything at this point, I think it will make a huge difference. Plus he's got the ninja sabotage, and oh man, that's actually getting to Prime. Oh, I don't know, those are ceramics I see. He's got the ninja. Can he get the Maelstrom up in time? The last time he used that, he lagged out and he died. Is that gonna be enough? He's losing lives. I don't see anything blues on the screen, but he's still losing lives and he's spazzing out about it. He's got his Maelstrom. He's at 32 lives. Is it the end? Wow. Okay, so this could be the end here, guys. Let's see if Kerr can finish this off, or Prime can finish this series off. As a Well placed. Oh, Ring of Fire should handle everything. There he goes. It was a well-placed Maelstrom. Looks like it saved him at least 30 lives. So that is going to be game. Prime just has to do something to kill him. He's got only 2 Maulers. 1 BFB would get there, but it probably wouldn't hit home fast enough. He's got to think of something else. No really rush because Kerr still has some moderate defense here. But he only has 2 farms, and he has 0 economy from all that rushing. So 2 balloon impacts. He appears that he does not want to kill Prime. He just wants... He's waiting. He's waiting. This is very interesting because we see a massively failed attack. It wasn't a massive fail, but it was a massive attack that failed. Failed to win him the game. So Prime with only 560 eco. I don't think Kerr could compete with that with only 2 farms on round 24. He does have more lives, but no, you're not getting no lives lost, or you're not going to 37 without aces, plain and simple. He's trying to save his butt though, and I can admire the intent here. Selling 2 farms with another BFB. This is the same attack that only made Prime leak 100 lives earlier, but he thinks that after 4 rounds it's gonna hit home and actually do some damage. No, I don't see that happening. This looks like to be a good game. Oh my goodness. How is this? How did Prime? Oh my gosh. Oh man, I completely missed that. Prime lost? What? He defended the attack, had 30 lives left, and then another rush came. It was the same rush as the first one. One BFB, 2 fast cooldown Moabs, with more defense than he had last time, but he couldn't stop it. Did he not have the sabotage? Did I completely miss something? There were no balloons leaking on his screen when I was watching. He did not die from Kerr's point of view. So I guess that lag strikes again. So lucky for Kerr here, he has tied the series up 2-2 in a game that he probably should have lost there. But you know what? Props to him for fighting back with only his 2 farms and taking advantage of what he could. So he tied the series up. Now let's go to Prime and his last map that he has chosen, and to see who can win this tiebreak in Game 5. Alright, Game 5. Tied up. ThePrimeone9, KirPikaTendo. 2-2. Battling it out on Hydra. Alright, and unfortunately we get similar strats. But that's what you're going to get with Hydra because it's really the only one that works right now. There are some other ones, but this one's the most popular. And I can actually notice that it is slowing down. Whew. This series has now gone on for a total of 43 minutes of actual gameplay, which is pretty interesting for a King of the Hill match. You see Prime, they're not getting any upgrades on his mortar, probably trying to save a little bit of cash. Kerr there going with the typical 1-0 mortar. Nothing too out of the way here. Both players stalling a little bit. No one seems to want to anti-stall. Prime gets his Dartling really early. Personally, I don't feel the need to get it that early because you can get it 54 seconds if you're continually sending balloons, and you upgraded your mortar. And at 54 seconds, you can still defend against that green balloon that comes really early. So it's kind of like it for me. I hope that's just my computer, because every other frame just skipped right there. I don't know what that was. So round 3, Dartling, mortar, both players. Similar lives, 130 to 140. I don't know how Prime lost so many, but 130 to 140. And now he gets his mortar upgraded. That was just, yeah. I personally don't like his strategy he used there, but oh well. He's higher ranked than I am. So here we go, small pink from KirPikaTendo. I don't think that's going to do much because Prime has got his Dartling to 1-1. And a little bit of layering tactics from both players. I don't see Prime actually sending blue. There it goes. He's sending some economy balloons now. And you would think Prime with the lag here would suffer against these layering tactics because a frame would skip here and there. You'd lose a pink. Yellow would get through. You wouldn't attack. I don't know. Just different stuff could happen. But actually, Prime is winning the layering battle in the Dartling micro. So props to him. He's now up 6 lives to 127 to 121. I'm gonna keep saying those, keep bringing those up, because that is a huge part of Hydro is the lives. Another reason for that is you see that KirPikaTendo does not have his Dartling 210. And here we go, a new variant of this Hydra strategy, which actually came out. It's not a new variant, it's just something different that they do. Since Tyler and I first tested it, that they get the bomb tower remarkably early, because apparently this strat is weak to blacks. Personally, I've never lost to blacks. Every now and then I'll lose some lives, but I've never lost to blacks. I don't know what the big deal is. People are getting their bomb towers a lot earlier. They have to get it on round 8 anyway, and I understand that, but getting it around 6 really hurts your economy. And I don't know why people do it, but they do. Someone will have to explain that to me. You can see Prime here going no lives lost with the bomb tower, slowly getting it up to 3-0. It's probably hurting his economy a little bit, though. 120 to 117 is a live battle now. Both mortars are 0 or 1-2. Dartlings 1-1 and 0-1. Prime got his cluster bomb up first, and there goes Kerr. So you got the same defense on each side, 3 lives difference for the last game. So let's see. And he's saying he cannot lose to region yellows. Yeah, okay. We get it. And you see, actually he's leaking to some regrow blacks. So, ha! Okay, you don't have to leak to region yellows for you to lose. And one mistake he's doing right now is he's getting his second bomb tower before he gets his boomer. Most people go for the 2 cluster bombs plus ricochet plus dartling plus mortar for 13. If you get your 2 bomb towers first, though, that leaves you wide open to like region lead attacks on round 10 or region zebra attacks on round 11, just because you don't have that popping power from the boomer. I mean, you're not gonna be doing too good with your with just your bomb towers, because they can attack the same thing. At least your boomer plus your cannon can attack different things. For instance, the boomer can't touch leads at 3-0, but bomb can't touch zebra. So here we go. I'd like to see a region lead rush here. I don't think it would hit home like crazy tough, but it would force Kerr to spaz out a little bit, and it wouldn't cost that much because they are space leads and they don't come out very fast. So pretty even economies, still 116 to 110. So we might see an early finish here on round 13. Neither player has gotten the glaive ricochet up yet. They both got their mortars up. Both 2-3. Both dartling. Neither glaive ricochet. Okay, Prime with his glaive ricochet. Personally, I wouldn't have got it. I would have waited, and if he didn't send a rush, I would have got a boomer, bio boomer. And there goes Kerr with his upgrade. And then a little bit of economy balloons, just to get it up. I can't figure out how Tyler gets his economy up to 700. It just comes with practicing for so long. That's really all it was. At one point I could get it to 700, but probably not now. There's just itty bitty kinks that help you stall the game or save you a little bit of money, like not getting that bomb tower on round 6. And we actually see both players going with a second dartling to handle the ceramic balloons. Usually the thing now is to get the laser cannon up on 15, which actually costs a little bit more, but is way more workable, way more efficient than 2 dartlings. And we see you have the micro with the 2 dartlings. You see Prime doing that. I'm not even going to worry about that balloon leaking because you know the difference. Insta regrow plus the lag. But we can watch Kerr here. We can watch him defend this, and he looks like he's doing it pretty well, ripping off that ceramic layer and then worrying about everything else later. 116 to 110, still both players in nice cushion. You can't camo exploit to lose any lives. Economies aren't too high, but it's a pretty solid game you got going on here. pretty even. Although it's the same strategies, I still think it's even, which is always a good thing in King of the Hill. Here you got 2 bomb towers. Personally, I would get them up to 2-0 before I start getting them maulers, just because I love my 2-0 cannons. Most people don't do that though. Oh well. See Prime here trying to stall a little bit with his dartlings, aiming them in the opposite direction. Kir doesn't catch on, and he kind of anti-stalls. Round 17, Primelessly a little bit behind here. He doesn't have either mauler up. Kir's got both. Okay, well there's one. And this is really getting down to the nitty gritty. You got game 5 going on here. It's tied up, winner take all in a game of one of the hardest maps in the game. Same strategy. Lives are really about even. It's really close, guys. If they weren't using the same strategy, I would be so pumped right now just to see which one can win this. It's gonna come down to execution at this point. Everyone knows the strategy. Everyone knows how to beat it. Everyone knows its ups and downs. It's all about execution at this point. Who can execute better? We see Prime here going with a massive rush, but Kir got there first. I don't know which one's gonna win. Prime looked like he leaked a ton, but oh my goodness! And for once, all these games here, the game goes to Prime, but all these games we've been watching, Prime, he has lost lives with no balloons leaking on his exit. And in the final game, it's so ironic because he actually doesn't die, despite the ceramics appearing to go through his exit. I don't know, I have to talk to him to see if those actually were legit ceramics, and it just took a little while for his lives to get there, or if he defended them and the game just didn't pick that up, which is, I think it's probably the more likely of the two. But you can see Prime went for just a major ceramic rush, which is something that you have to do for round 18. You have to get either a laser cannon or a balloon impact on Hydra, because reaching ceramic fast cooldown rush will kill you. You see both players knew that. I'm gonna say the game went to Prime just because of his execution, just because I think that he defended those ceramics. I'm not gonna put it on his computer that it just took a little while for the lives to, you know, recalibrate or whatever. So I'm giving this game to Prime just because of his execution. Well done, Prime. But KirPikaTendo, that was an excellent performance by you. Great job sending the game into the series into 5 games. That was excellent played on the swamp. Well done to both of you, but Prime is your winner here in a 3-2 series against KirPikaTendo. I believe I think he's either 3rd or 4th. I'd have to look at the forums to check, but he's either 3rd or 4th, and I think that's a Prince. So congratulations, and I believe that's it for this video. So I hope you all enjoyed it. If you got any questions or comments or crap like that, just maybe a suggestion for me as a commentator, put it in the comment section, because like it or not, we actually read all those things, guys. Despite however many people post there, we read them all. So we really appreciate the feedback, and thanks for watching.